Ladies and gentlemen, this is Gangs Gamer 96. I'm going to give you valid reasons why I believe that God is not real. And if he is, it wouldn't be a good thing. Now let's look at cancer cells. So, if say God is real, he created everything, and I mean everything. He created cancer cells. Now, maybe I'm wrong here, but why would he want to create cancer cells? It would just kill. People die from cancer. If you get cancer, well, there's people that survive, but a lot of people that have cancer die. Another reason. Let's look at all the murderers that have lived. Hitler, Joseph Stalin, the Columbine kids, the guy at Virginia Tech, the Boston bombing that just happened. Now let's look at that. God, so say God's real, he's all knowing. So he created them knowing they're going to commit the actions that they have committed. So technically, he pretty much created the murderers. Well, you could argue that it is Satan's doing, but he also created Satan, who's also known as Lucifer, knowing that he was gonna eventually become Satan. Now let me ask you: is that the kind of God? Is that a loving God? I mean, he created Satan, right? He knew that he was eventually gonna want to get on the throne or whatever. Then he was gonna make everyone. He was gonna turn everyone against him anyway. So technically, he created the ultimate deceiver. And let's also in the Bible, it says that he flooded the entire world. Now, let's look at Hitler. He killed, yes, what he did was evil. He killed Jews. He killed people that were Jewish for no apparent reason. But God committed genocide to the entire world, and according to the Bible, he plans on doing it again in the end times. And when he did this, it was because they had some corruption, sure, but that doesn't really that's not really an excuse to kill someone. The government's corrupt, so according to that logic, should they die? No, that's sick and it's wrong. And another thing, let's look at every murderer in history. Oh yeah, I already said this, but yeah, he created them, and he's all knowing, so he knew that he was gonna. He knew they were gonna kill the people they killed. He created every serial killer. He created every pedophile, knowing they're gonna do the actions they have done. Now let me ask you: is that the kind of God, or the kind of all-knowing being that is loving? To create someone knowing they're gonna commit the actions they've done? I mean, and also, even if he say even if you say you know what, he's not responsible for that, they are. Okay, well, why don't we look at some of the stories in the Bible? Now, in the Bible, God told Abraham that he had to kill his son. So, he started a fire or whatnot, ready to kill him. The guy said, "No, just kidding. You don't have to kill him." Now, think about the psychological, how the son was, how his son's psychological state was after that. I'll tell you, if that happened to me, yeah, I would kind of, I wouldn't be really well psychologically, because because I'd be like, because I wouldn't want to, because who the hell wants that to happen to them? And that was just to prove that his loyalty is with God. Is that necessary? No, it's not. Or we could look at another story where God had some God had some guy's father give up his two daughters to get raped because people were trying to rape angels. Well, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think they'd be able to rape them anyway. Because, they're angels. So I don't think it would be necessary to have someone's two daughters, have some guy's father have his two daughters raped. That is sick. It's sick and it's wrong. Or you can look at transferring from the Old Testament to the New Testament. Now think about it. God sent his only son to come down here to get crucified just to be able to forgive people. Why can't you just forgive them? Why does that have to be the case in the first place? I mean, I wouldn't sacrifice, if I had a kid, I wouldn't sacrifice my son just to forgive somebody. But personally, also, to me anyway, it's not to you, it's just to me, I don't really believe in a God. I don't believe there's a being up there. I think there's really more proof in evolution and in the Big Bang Theory than there is of a God. But then again, that's just my opinion. Well, it is fact, but you can have the opinions that you want. Now let's just look at that. And let's look at some plot holes. Alright, can God create a burrito that's too hot for him to eat? Now, if you think about it, if he can't, well, he isn't an almighty God, which he claims to be. Or, and if he can, well, he's still not an almighty God, because he cannot eat. He cannot do the task of eating the burrito because it'd be too hot for him to eat. So technically, that is something that the Almighty God cannot do. Well, just something for you all to think about. But then again, this is just my opinion. Well, it is fact, but you can have the opinions you want to have because, well, that's the good thing about this country. We can all believe what we want to believe. We can have our own opinions. We can be ourselves. In other countries, that's just not the case. This is Gangsta Game at 96. Have a good day, everyone.